Only a few rounds left to go as we arrive at the inaugural race here at Darlington Raceway. This is the first time that ISCRO has been here, although back in the day NSCC went here many times through some maintenance checks and some safety precautions. This track has rejoined onto the big scene as of late, and it includes here today round number 17 of 21 of the 2020 Sunoco Pro Series season. And as the title fight gets closer and closer to the end, right now it looks like we could be seeing a third title out of Paulson, although someone here is looking to combat that, that being your now once again second in points, William Duncan, on pole position today. It was a great qualifying for him in Pontiac as a whole. He's got Kyle Schrock Jr. on his high side. I believe that is the best qualifying this year for Kyle Schrock Jr. in his rookie year. So he's hoping for a good performance. Outside pull, a good start could get him the lead. And he could be looking at a fantastic result today. And really, we've said everything we need to say about Duncan. We know how good he is. We know what he can do when he clicks. And being on pole makes him an automatic threat for the race win. Row 2. Scott Roush comes back from a miracle. Back in practice, his engine completely blew, but somehow, some way they got it fixed before qualifying, just before qualifying, and got out and got P3 in qualifying. Incredible performance. Roush looking for a win today. Alex Benyako, your practice winner, starting P4. This is probably one of the strongest showings we've seen out of him this year in pre-race, and starting P4, he could definitely win it. Row 3, you have the now 4-time consecutive winner, Cordell Paulson, looking for 5, which would be... 5 is the most race wins we've seen in a single season, let alone in a row. And Paulson now at 5 race wins this season, tying Jackson's total from last year. Paulson, absolutely incredible. He's leading the points by a mile, but one mistake here could lead William Duncan back up into this fight. Chris Louviere alongside him. He's had an up and down rookie year, win back in Rockingham, and then some bad results in the middle there, but Louviere, it's been a great rookie year, and we're excited to see him back next year in that 2-car. Mark Nutt on row 4. Definitely hasn't been as absolutely explosive as we thought he'd be, but he has still been a good driver in that 99. He's definitely picked up the slack as of late. He's starting to get used to the car. He's P7 now. Could fight for a race win if he really tries. On along his outside, Alexander Rowe, who has definitely been kind of slacking lately. He hasn't been himself in a bit, I would say, since probably the start of the, since the Australasian Tour, if I had to say. Rowe really needs to pick it up. He really needs to get back in this if he wants any chance at the title, but starting P8, it could be his day. Paul Jackson on row 5. Still no win this year. He came up short to his teammate Paulson last week at Homestead, just second place again. He came up short to Rowe as well earlier this year, and Jackson's really going to need to push hard if he wants to win, because he always loses by the end of the race, so he should probably be in the lead by that time. And alongside him, Tristan Wilhoit, 2-time winner this year in his rookie year, and he's fighting for a championship podium in his rookie year. It's been incredible for the 98 crew. With Menards by their side, they're going to be returning with Menards again next year. Lots of hopes for Wilhoit going into his sophomore year. He's just going to fish out this year strong. Could be going for a championship if the stars align. Looking down through the order, Morandi, a very impressive P12. He's definitely picked it up lately. He got a top 10 last week, and he's running 12th starting this week. It's looking great for him. And then a few people going to the rear. Lots of engine issues back in practice, but in the end, only 3 go to the rear. Bobo Jones to the rear due to failing tech, and then Lamas and Freeze had their engine issues that they couldn't get fixed, so they start at the rear as well. As we're going to go down, we're going to get ready to take the green flag here in Darlington in just a moment. As the cars roll through turns 3 and 4, William Duncan, your second in points now once again with a decent finish last week, trying to make up points in this championship against 2-time champion Cordell Paulson. Paulson only 2 rows back. Could he take his 5th win in a row? Green flag is in the air here in Darlington. And Duncan off to a fantastic start. Roush and Paulson on the low line, trying to outpace Schock and Benyako on the high line. Be real comeback at first as always, but Duncan gets a nice and steady lead out front, but Roush right into this thing. He's closing in on Duncan. Paulson clears for third. Shock Jr. kind of looking around, maybe trying to get Paulson here for third, while Paulson looking for second on Roush. Roush trying to close in on your leader, but Duncan continues to lead out front. Leaderboard comes up into 3 and 4. Could Paulson be going on Roush here? No, he thinks about it, but backs down. Roush still holds second. Duncan still holds the lead. Benyako closing in on Shock Jr., while Mark Nutt trying to get Chris Louviere. He's already gotten Alexander Rowe for 7th. Can he get 6th away? Really big commit from the 99. Can he clear to get to his teammate? Not quite. He'll, try to pinch Rowe off. And I think he does. Yes, he does. And he'll go right back after Louviere. And he battles up here. No, this is the big battle right now up near the front, as Mark Nutt has been trying to work his way through the field. Well, not work his way through the field. He actually got overtaken by Rowe on lap 1 and then got it back. But he can't get there on the 2. And Paulson beginning to lose time to Roush. Roush closing in on Duncan. Now Shock Jr.'s the one with the pressure on. Not very aggressive, the 21. Gonna stick in behind and wait. Stay very calm. It's good. It's too early to be aggressive. While Roush closing in on the 4, but not gonna quite be there yet. Everyone up near the front's pretty calm. Meanwhile, Rowe on the high side of Mark Nutt. Huge run down the back straight. He'll get the position. Very solid run. Now Jackson on the high side of Mark Nutt. Maybe going to try the same thing. But no, Skyla's going to challenge Jackson instead. Louviere's thinking about Benyako. They touch on the front straight. And that's going to cost Louviere some momentum here in 1. And that should just be Benyako retaining the position. Yes, it is. Mark Nutt maybe about to lose another position on the high side. This one being Jackson. Skyla wasn't able to get there, and now there's a battle for, what is this, 8th? Yes, it is. Very confident on the high side, some of these people out here. Meanwhile, Paulson now on Scott Roush. Roush really close to Duncan. We have a 3-way battle for the lead here, as the battle for second is the main one brewing. Can Paulson clear Roush? No, he can't. Scott Roush is going to run right back around the outside, keep the position. Paulson going to close the door on Shock Jr. Oh, Shock going to try the high side here. Paulson, though, going to try the low line on the 38. Oh, no, he's not going to get there. You're going to have to slip in the line, buddy. Oh, he won't. He's going to try and keep it in. No. No way. Yep, he goes up to the high side, tries to stop Shock from doing any challenge. I do see Louviere has gotten through Benyako for the 5th position. So Chris Louviere up into the top 5 now. Jackson has gotten through Mark Nutt. Or is that Nutt on Jackson, actually? No, that is Jackson. And Jackson is actually really fast. He's going on Benyako now. Can he complete this pass before the end of 2? That would be a tall order from how far back he was, but he's close. Hit the apron. Can you clear him? Not quite. He's still fighting. These two still in a brawl. How about the guys at the front? Paulson, we came back just in time to catch Paulson challenging Roush for second. Paulson versus Roush. Duncan still up ahead in the lead. Duncan's led since the drop of the green flag. However, they have been keeping him honest. A better run at a Roush that time than the last time Paulson challenged, and that should be just an easy re-overtake for Roush, getting second back, although he has not been quick enough to really get Duncan yet, especially with Paulson hunting his life currently. Paulson's your fastest on track. That's Chris Louviere on Shock Jr., and that's a very monstrous run. He'll clear him before 1 and 2. Very solid. Paulson will clear for second. Louviere's going to try to get in there on Roush. Not going to quite get there, but I believe he will shut the door on Shock Jr. here. Yes, he will. Is Roush now going to try to pull it back? No, Roush is not very aggressive, but the more aggressive people are on the way. Chris Louviere, a big lunge down the inside. Jackson on Shock as well. Jackson is insanely fast right now. He might be your fastest on track. But Louviere is going to get the spot away from Roush here. Yep. Chris Louviere up into third now. Almost in the wall goes Roush, but a huge run down the back street because of it. No, gets cut off anyway. Jackson lost a lot of time there. Roush feigns wide. Shock Jr. coming back. Jackson coming back. 3 wide for position in fourth. Roush should be able to push them both out, though. He has the momentum on the high side, and he does. Jackson just trying to make back up time. I want to check on some people like Vince Free started at the rear. Up into 25th now. He's been making a lot of progress. Ooh, Perez in the wall in the back. Lot of progress for Vince Freeze. What about, yeah, Anderson and Monaco both didn't have good starting positions, and I wanted to check up on them. They made some positions up, but not a ton. Slowly but surely moving through the field. Jackson on Shock Jr., he'll get the spot. That's the spot for 5th. Benyako up ahead of Shock as well. Paulson catching up to Duncan, but I believe Chris Louviere is catching them both. Yes, he is. So is Roush. Roush hot on Louviere's heels and is keeping pace with him. How about Jackson? Jackson just got freed, so his lap time last time around wasn't exactly the best. This time it's actually Paulson who's the fastest, but just barely over Roush and Louviere. Then Jackson, then Duncan. Duncan, you're slowest of the top 5. Paulson, the fastest of the top 5, and they have met up for the lead. Could we see an overtake here? He'll try it. Down the inside, we have a battle for the lead between your top 2 in the championship. Lap 15. A good pull from Duncan on the front straight. He might be able to defend this if he pushes hard through 1 and 2. He's trying. Paulson trying to keep it on the low line. Duncan's going to have the high line. They'll still battle out of 2. Jackson's caught up with a huge run. He's got a 28.5. He's faster than everyone. Jackson is stupid quick. Roush got Louviere back, though. Out of the final corner. Paulson's still edging him out, but Duncan is still fighting for his life. Duncan is putting up one hell of a fight, but I think this time, Paulson's got him. Lap 17. Lead change. Paulson gets the lead. Duncan, though, is still all over the back of him. Jackson for 4th on the outside of Louviere. He'll get it. Is Duncan going to challenge back? Oh, not. He's a little more hesitant than Paulson was, but he is going to challenge back on the inside. The battle is back on. And the more they battle, the more they reel in the rest of the top 5. Rowe has also gotten clear of everyone else. Side by side for the lead through 1 and 2. Duncan versus Paulson. Paulson will keep it. Roush in 3rd. Jackson still trying to get 4th here, and he will. He's got to start going after Roush now. And he is. He's closing that gap pretty quickly. Oh, he's already challenging. Huge run through 3 and 4. Jackson for 3rd. Paul Jackson has a full head of steam. He is easily the fastest guy out here right now. Still in the 28.9s. Everyone else is already in the 29s. He's still in the 28s. And he's got 3rd away from Roush. Paul Jackson. Absolutely monstrous right now. Anderson and Monaco, I just wanted to check up on them again. Not doing amazing. Vince Freeze has got a run of the gods down low. That's on Thompson and Pericles, although it's going to be a tall order to get them both here in 1 and 2. And if he doesn't get both of them, he's not even going to get one of them. Oh, Pericles in the wall. He'll rim right it up high, but a huge contact. Oh, that might save Freeze. It does. Freeze gets them both in the end. Good job, Vince Freeze. He's on the move as well. How about at the front? Has anything changed? No. Paulson out front. Duncan 2nd. Jackson 3rd. Roush and Louviere fight for 4th. Pit stops expected around lap 40. Keep that in mind. We're about halfway to pit stops. Benyako defending from Wilhoit. Rowe beginning to catch 4th and 3rd. We could see, or not 4th and 3rd, 5th and 4th, trying to get into the top 5. Alexander Rowe's on his way. It seems like Kawashik Jr. really has bogged down on pace. But he is still currently logging in the top 10. It's a very strong day for him nonetheless. And Sebastian Moran, he started 12th. He's in 12th, which is surprising to see that he's kept his position. Seeing how he is in a Curtis Racing car. This is not a very powered car. He hasn't had a great year, but it's definitely been on the ups lately. And here he is again, performing well. He'll be on the outside of Roman Rahal. This is a very tight-knit group of cars, with now the two guys who've been charging through the field hooked together now with Shane Vincent, who's on his own charge now. Oh, is Shane going to go on the outside of Anderson? Yes, he is. That was a move. They are 2x2 here. Look at this. Oh, too low for Anderson. That might cost him the spot from Shane. He's stuck. There's no way he can slip up, and Vincent might be taking advantage of this. Oh, no. Anderson will dive it back. Look at how tight these guys are. This isn't like the drag of these cars is causing packing. This is just all a bunch of really competitive cars all fighting for position. As you can see up here, everything's perfectly fine up here, but back there, it's just pandemonium for this position. Once you get back here, it's not even that bad anymore. It's just these guys are going all out. It doesn't help that Shock Jr. is probably the slowest of the guys up here, and he's at the front of it, probably pulling people back into each other. Anderson gets Morandi and now has Mark Nutt and Roman Rahal in his sights. Anderson's been climbing through the field. That is 13th. 12th is Rahal. So the front of this pack is 9th, and now Gatlin Downey wants this position. In fact, all three full frontals are in this pack of cars, which continues to expand because Kyle Shock Jr. is slow and is holding everyone. This is funny. Duncan is not giving up. He's actually now running toe-to-toe with his lap times up ahead. Jackson is slowed down a bit, though. Now your fastest on track is Alexander Rowe, Alex Benyako. These two are quick down in 6th and 7th. Meanwhile, back here, again, it's just pandemonium. Although Shock Jr. actually started to speed up again. Downey and Mark Nutt also getting released from the group of hell. Although Downey trying to get Mark Nutt out of the way, try to get the 10th position secured, and he's not. Mark Nutt is fighting hard on that outside. Oh, and a bit of hesitation from the 40, and that's going to cost him that spot. Mark Nutt's going to get this now. Should have a huge run out of this corner, and it should be an easy move. Yes, it is. Mark Nutt up into 10th now on Gatlin Downey. Downey, what he was challenging for 9th now, is having to defend on the outside from Max Anderson. And Eric Monaco on his way as well. Look at the big run they got up there. Those two are the fastest cars right now, and they are moving. Anderson swaps lines. That's not going to work. Oh, you committed to that way too late. You're going to keep it on Eric, but look at how far Mark Nutt got away from that. How about you guys at the front? Your top three still kind of close to each other, but Jackson now trying to get second. He wants to get the rematch from Homestead. Jackson versus Paulson. But he's got to get Duncan here. It's getting harder and harder to commit as these tires wear. And yeah, that shows. It is getting really difficult to commit the moves now. Not impossible, as we saw. Especially the outside is more tuned now. They got through Shock Jr. Oh, Mark Nutt and Max Anderson have passed Kyle Shock Jr. Now Anderson wants to be released. He's only got one more car to get through, and that is Mark Nutt. Monaco, commit too late. That was way too late of a commit. Your best spot to commit is in the middle of 3 and 4, and then carry that through 1 and 2. A huge commit there will get you the spot that you need. Anderson, Mark Nutt, Kyle Shock Jr., all right here. Shock Jr. now out of the top 10. We see Shane Vincent got through his teammate. Gatlin Downey now wants the position on Roman Rahal. Not quite. No, he'll back off in 1 and 2. He's going to have to go up and block his teammate here. He will. Anderson, once again, will challenge Mark Nutt for position, but again, not enough momentum to truly get there. He's got to start the challenge right here. And he will this time. Big run through 3 and 4. Anderson versus Nutt. You have to commit in 1 and 2. If you don't, you're losing position. Oh, a good commit. Can he hold it? He'll clear. Anderson. Up to 9th, baby. Mark will try to fight back on the high side. Eric's going with Anderson. This is a unique combo you don't see. A Ford and a Honda working together, and that is the spot for Anderson. Eric will follow, and the 2 fastest guys have been released to go hunt your front runners. Duncan now closing the gap down on Paulson. Paulson's maybe starting to run out of steam. As this run goes on, he's starting to falter. Duncan is not. Duncan's consistency is showing here. He is the second coming of Mr. Consistency. The successor to Fitzwater's consistency back in the old days. And Duncan now keeping it close with Paulson. We could see an undercut out of Duncan. That would be really smart. An undercut, get the lead away. We also could see Jackson do the same thing. Jackson has seemed to have lost his pace as well. And it seems that Duncan's probably the strongest of the 3 right now. So the Mavericks might have to undercut him to stop him here. Meanwhile, Chris Louviere, free from Scott Roush, he's starting to... No, he's not closing. He's actually slower. They're all slower than the leaders. In fact, the people who are faster are Max Anderson and Eric Monaco. What would we even expect? In fact, all of these people are pretty fast. But they're so far behind. 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds down. Duncan trying to get the lead from Paulson, but again, he hesitates. He hesitated to make the move in 3 and 4. Duncan is not very aggressive right now, but he is quick. Duncan is very quick. But the others are more aggressive than he is. Duncan's never necessarily been a very aggressive driver, but he's a good one. You gotta commit, Duncan. No, you're committing too late now. Again, stick behind. Don't try this. Oh, no. This is gonna close Jackson in. Jackson loves to see, in fact, everyone loves to see this. They're running 30.3s, 30.2s. Anyone here running faster? No, the guys back here are starting to slow as well. 30.1 out of Morgan Fuller in 26th. Fuller started 34th up to 26th. Very good, actually. Where is Vince Freeze, by the way? Oh! Who's that blown up? That's Wilhoit blown up for me! Tristan Wilhoit's up in smoke! No, Wilhoit. That's, I believe, your 3rd in the championship. Tristan Wilhoit is done. Engine's gone. And his day's over. Frustrating for Tristan Wilhoit, but he is done. That's going to end his day. Bad luck for Tristan Wilhoit. That is going to upgrade the battle to the top 10, being Mark Nutt versus Roman Rahal. And yes, there it is. Out of the race goes Tristan Wilhoit. He's getting out of the car. Unfortunate. Duncan now, no, he's not faltering. He must have tried to overtake, and it failed. He is still actually faster than Paulson. It's just Jackson's starting to pick his pace up again as well. Oh, Jackson, what are you trying? Oh, Jackson, what are you trying out there? Now down the inside. Duncan doesn't want to see this. Duncan doesn't want to let Paulson get away. Jackson's actually going to commit here. This is what I'm saying. The others are more aggressive than Duncan is. Jackson's going for as much as he can here, while Duncan, whenever he gets the chance, is a little more hesitant. Lap 40. Pit stops are going to start here soon. Who will be the first? No one jumps yet. Everyone sticks in it. It would be wise to pit lap 40. No one's undercut. Now we're on the expected pit delta. This is the time where we expect people to pit. Is it going to be Paulson who's going to jump first, and will they follow him if he does? No, nothing out of Paulson. Your top 3 stay strong. Louviere, faster than the guys ahead, but he won't pit either. I think he's happy being faster than the guys ahead. I'm a little surprised to see no one's pit yet. Here we go. Yeah, everyone's slow now. Getting harder and harder to overtake because the cars are slow. Someone's got to jump. I'm surprised people are lengthening it out this long. No pit takers yet. Oh, that's Baranowski's in the pits. So the person at the rear of the field is the first to commit to pit lane. Paulson will commit. Duncan will follow him. Jackson will follow. All three together. Louvier will follow. Roush is in. Benyako and Anderson stay. Oh, now it's interesting. Alex Benyako and Max Anderson have stayed out. Eric as well. Everyone else fouls in. And now you need a good pit stop. Duncan's got the first pit stall. That could be important here. Baranowski's did, in fact, be the catalyst for that. Jackson in his pit stall. Paulson in his. 4 tires and fuel expected. There's no way you don't do 4 tires and fuel. Jacques Jr. in his stall. Paulson's out. He should be first out. Jackson's on his way. Duncan jumped by Jackson in the pits. It wasn't even a bad pit stop from Duncan necessarily. It was just a good one from Jackson. The Maverick crew did not drop the ball there. But neither did the Anjato crew, as Louvier is right there. Louvier caught up big time. That was an excellent pit stop from the Anjato crew. The number 2. An incredible pit stop for the 2. And everyone else in the pits. Your current leader is the 17. Is he still out there? No. The 42. Is he still out there? No. The 0. No. No one is out there now. Which means it's going to be Paulson, Jackson, Duncan, Louvier, your top 4. Roush in 5th. Rowe is desperate for that spot, though. Rowe really wants that spot on Roush. He's hungry. Anderson, Monaco, Paul. Oh my God, Morandi. What a pit stop for Morandi. Here comes everyone else flowing out of the pits. That's Benyako. That's the last one who needed to. Look at the pit stop out of Morandi. That was an excellent pit stop. Curtis Racing got an incredible pit stop and are now sitting in the top 10. That's a top 10 if I'm correct. Yeah, it's more than a top. That's like 7. Almost in the wall goes Jackson. Duncan will get second back. And now begins the crusade after Cordell Paulson. If I was Jackson, I'd just let him go. We know what Duncan can do when he starts putting in good laps. And Jackson looks like he's actually going to stick in behind. He's thinking about it. But it's way too late to commit. And I think he knows that. Yes. Duncan can lead them to Paulson. We know how fast that Duncan can be if he puts the hammer down. We could see Louvier try to get third here. He's right there. Here he comes. Chris Louvier for third. He's using that incredible pit stop that he was given. And now he wants a podium. Your Rockingham winner. Chris Louvier wants this spot. They are faster. Just barely. But that's enough to give them confidence. Rowe got Roush for 5th. Monaco is so fast. Oh my God, a 27.7? Are you kidding me? That's like 4 full tenths faster than the leader. That is 4 full tenths faster a lap than the leader. At that pace, it might not be impossible to catch if he can keep the incredible pace that he's running. Even in battling with Anderson, he was just matching your leaders. Rowe is insanely fast. This race is not over. Morandi, not the greatest pace right now, but I don't think he cares. He's 9th. That man's going. 199. 235. They're slightly slower now. 174. Rowe is faster. 27,970. Are you kidding me? That kind of pace? This is incredible pace out of Monaco. Monaco is outpacing Anderson easily right now. Freeze up in the top 10 after starting 38th. Wow. That's honestly incredible. Fitzwater, 17th. Nelson, 18th after starting 32nd. Shane's on good pace. He's on 28 zeros. And Louviere gets Jackson for third. Jackson wants him back. Jackson does not want to lose this podium. Not to a rookie of all people. But no, Louviere's got pace. Maybe more than your top two. But Eric's still running really good laps right now. That was 2/10 quicker. I don't think it's going to be enough to catch your leaders, but it is still valiant pace. And from going 25th to battling possibly for a top 5 here soon is incredible. Look at the corner speed that Monaco is able to maintain. And he's slowly going to be catching up. 28,150. That's 3/10 faster than Roush. 3/10 faster than the leader, actually. Look at that. Nobody is matching his pace. No, Brock is matching his pace. Wow, William Brock? Battling for 13th with Morgan Fuller, who started near last. But y'all need to do something. Else, Paulson's going to win his 5th consecutive race here. My God! He already got Roush. That's top 5. While the other people are slowly losing pace, he's not. He's still in the 28-1s. And now he's got Scott Roush, and he's in the top 5. Eric is blazing fast. And he wants Rowe. He does. He absolutely wants Rowe for 4th. But they need something to happen to Paulson. Under overtake, he was matching Paulson. This is incredible. They got something right on that 87, and he is absolutely flying. All 3 Roush cars are going to end top 10, which is incredible. The way this weekend started for them, to end all in the top 10 has got to be a huge sigh of relief for the whole team. There he is. He's back on pace. He's back on his low 28s. 4/10 a lap quicker than your leader. And now he's caught Rowe. And he's just going to use the toe from Rowe to get even more pace. There's no way he challenges now. It's too early, right? Yeah. Although he can just use this toe from Alexander Rowe here, and it's monstrous. This is an incredible run. But I think Paulson's going to win his 5th race in a row, which is ridiculous. He really just wants to seal this championship. But Eric is a man on a mission right now. This is a battle for the top 5. And Eric down the inside for 5th. No one can match this man's speed. 28-3 while trying to overtake Rowe. He's trying to clear. Rowe is fighting, though. Rowe's the first person so far that's put up a fight. And these two have an intense rivalry throughout the year, so I would expect them to have this fight. I think the race is pretty much over. Anderson on Roush. Well, Monaco now starting to get impatient because he knows that he can go further. He knows he could so get like 3rd. But Rowe is not gonna give up without a fight, especially against Eric. Paulson just needs to run consistent laps now, and it's over. Almost 3.5 seconds up now. Louviere just has to defend from Jackson, and he'll be bringing home a podium, which is incredible. But Monaco cannot get through the Great Wall of Alexander Rowe. Alexander Rowe, although he is actually a little bit faster overall than the people ahead, I didn't expect him to put up this much of a fight. Morandi has been caught by Vince Freeze, Rahal, Benyako, Brock. They've all caught up. Vincent has just now got into the top 20. He's up. He's actually running pretty good lap times as well. Yeah, it's over. Wow. I really didn't want another Paulson win. Not with... We need some variety, man. Louvier just trying to keep the 10 at bay. He's holding strong down in third. Oh, not quite. Anderson. He'll keep it on the high side. And he'll get the 7th position away from Roush finally. Roush is going to have to forfeit that spot away to his teammate. While Freeze is going to get the spot away from Morandi, putting Roush Racing into a 7-8-9, which is a pretty darn strong performance today for that team. And Morandi will lose the top 10 to Alex Benyako here. Although it was a really strong performance for him. Rowe is actually catching. Okay. That's interesting. 10 laps to go for Cordell Paulson. There's no way he is about to win again. Oh my God, they've caught. Alexander Rowe is now here on the back of Louvier and Jackson. Jackson stuck on the low line by himself. Eric might try to go with him here, but that's just gonna push Rowe past Jackson. Rowe's up to 4th. Could he get 3rd here? He'll go for it. A double podium for Chevron would be huge for constructors. And Rowe has caught a 2nd wind in the late stages of this race. Oh, but Louvier not going to give up without a fight. Eric gets Jackson. Look at that. Nah, it's over. GG. Let's focus on the rest of the position because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Like Brock now challenging Benyako for 11th instead of Benyako getting Morandi. Look at Brock on that low line. He's got so much pace. Brock gets 11. He clears him before the end of the corner, and Brock might go for Morandi here. What a risk that would be. Yeah. No, there's no way. Way too late of a commit. It's a lot more difficult to pass here than you would think. And this is a 4-way battle for the podium. Alexander Rowe down the inside for 3rd. Where did this 2nd wind come from the 47? This came out of nowhere. And it's funny because although Paulson's going to win again, Chevron's going to be the one getting the last lap because they're going to win in Constructors today. He's just got to fend off the Mavericks behind. And overall, especially with Wilhoit suffering today, they might be in an advantage here. Although Rowe now losing a spot. He's just got to push Louvier past Eric. Eric, though, ton of pace again. He's pushing. Oh, Eric, a huge commit. He gets 3rd. Oh, right as I said that Chevron would get an advantage, that's not what Rowe wanted to see, is Eric going through. Anderson's catching up. Roush is catching up. Although the battle for the win is in the books, this race is not over for other positions, as 3rd is still just as hot. Rowe keeps it away from Jackson and can start trying to go back after Louvier. Louvier's been a roadblock for Rowe, but not for Eric. Eric up on the podium from 25th starting position. To start 25th and P3 would be an amazing day. 5 to go for Paulson, 4 to go this time. Rowe wants it. Rowe trying to get 4th away from Louvier. Eric was aggressive with Louvier, but Rowe was not. Rowe is not being as aggressive as Eric was, and that cost him. Louvier wants his podium back. I believe this would be his 2nd podium of the year other than his win. back in Rockingham earlier this year. Might have to look away though. 3 laps to go for Cordell Paulson. And he's hit a stride this season that nobody thought was possible. This man has been untouchable since the South American swing. He's won every single race since then, and he is still winning. Catching the back of the pack, it's going to be too late for them to be a problem for him, though. 2 laps to go for Cordell Paulson. Duncan in second, Eric in third. Louviere trying to defend defend Rowe for fourth. Well, now Jackson slowly falling into the clutches of Anderson. Can Anderson get Jackson before the end? There was some problems for Paulson, but a good pit stop and a good adjustment, and he has been gone ever since. White flag in the air for Cordell Paulson, and I can't believe we're saying he's about to get his 5th win in a row. No one had ever pulled a quad before this season, and he's about to pull a quin, a 5 in a row. Duncan just trying to hold second here. Rowe trying to get 4th. Jackson trying to defend Anderson for 6th. That's the battle for the top 10. Brock trying to get Freeze before the end for 9th. Brock's got a huge run today, but out of the final corner, Cordell Paulson, 5 wins in a row. He wins in Darlington. Duncan will bring home a valiant 2nd place, and from 25th to 3rd, Eric Monaco on the podium. A huge run for the 87, and a very impressive showing. Louviere not going to get that podium, but he keeps 4th away from Rowe in 5th. Jackson keeps it away from Anderson for 6th and 7th. Roush all by himself in 8th, and Vince Freeze holds off William Brock 9th and 10th. Morandi barely able to hold off Roman Rahal for 11th. Another fantastic performance for the 28. He has hit his stride lately. It took him a while to adjust to this 28, but I believe Morandi definitely has. It has been a great performance just these last few races out of Morandi, and we hope that he keeps it up. But my God, Paulson, you need to be stopped. That is another win, although he won't be extending his points lead by far, not with Duncan winning. Not with Duncan getting 2nd, his biggest championship rival, but this championship battle is starting to get pretty hopeless for a lot of people. They're going to have to hope for some big trouble out of the 83, because 5 consecutive wins, Naho Huapi, Oval Juarez, the Royale, Homestead, and now Darlington. It has been dominant performance for the 83. Let's go look at your finishing results. So it's Cordell Paulson taking the win here at Darlington. His 15th career win. Yeah, that number's been reached now. I don't even know what to say about that. Duncan in 2nd, Monaco 3rd, Louviere 4th, Rowe in 5th, Jackson 6th, Anderson 7th, Roush 8th, Freeze 9th for a 7-8-9 for the team. For Roush Racing. After 2 of them had engine issues, Anderson had a bad qualifying. Freeze had to start from the rear. They end all in the top 10, which is an incredible performance for that team. That is exactly what they needed. And William Brock is able to round out the top 10. He hasn't been the fastest this year. He's had a lot of struggles, but this is a good day for him. 22nd to 10th is a very good run overall. And Morandi, 12th to 11th. He gains positions in the race, which we didn't really expect him to from 12th, but he does. P11 is a very strong performance for him. As for the others who started the rear other than Freeze, Cody Lamas. Where's Cody Lamas? 29th. Okay. Actually, the Fitzwater's right here. 26 Ard, 28th Fitzwater, 29th Lamas. Like, overall, pretty decent day for Fitzwater overall. Because they're a C-ranked team. They're expected to be out of the top 30, and all 3 in the top 30 is pretty good performance for them. And Bobo Jones had to start at the rear, and he ends 37th. Not a very good day for him, and Skyla not going to gain points in this PT Cup race, although it is almost looking confirmed that they'll win the PT Cup. That is going to hurt that hopes that they could clinch it, and we may see possibly like Shock Allison try to catch up with Christopher Cox in these last 2 races for that team. Congratulations, Cordell Paulson, taking the win here at Darlington. Next time, the final short track of the season, North Wilkesboro. Raceway, another track that has been restored as of late, been getting back up safety precautions and all that, and they are ready to race next week, the final short track of the season, before we then head out to the final super speedway, Talladega, the final road course in California, which it's unconfirmed whether that'll be Riverside or Golden State, and then finishing out the season, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, once again. What we can hope to be a good title fight, but is looking less and less likely with Paulson's pace as of late. Congratulations, Cordell Paulson. 15th career win is an absolutely monumental number. 5 wins in a row is an absolutely monumental number, something we never thought we'd ever see. But congratulations once again, and we'll see you all next time, North Wilkesboro Speedway. Ciao.